That's why consent is one of the most sacred concepts that we have. Not just in sex, but in every area where power, influence, and the body intersect. Consent requires awareness, and most people are not fully aware of what's happening in their bodies. Their heart rate spikes, their breathing shifts, their muscles tighten, and they don't know why. Stress, fear, attraction, shame, desire, manipulation. These things are physiological even before they're conscious. And when people can't name what's happening, they can't protect themselves from it. That's when others can step in and hijack their nervous systems. They can override the signals, rewire the story, rewire the wheel. You see this most clearly in sex. That's why sex is such a sacred, dangerous, and powerful space. When someone can control your body, your pleasure, your pain, your nervous system, they can control your sense of reality. And that's why so many cults revolve around sex. Because if someone can manipulate your body and your search for meaning at the same time, they can trap you in a feedback loop that feels like love, like truth, like destiny, but it's really just control. That's why consent must be more than just saying yes or no. It must include a deep internal awareness. Do I know what I'm feeling? Do I know why I'm saying yes? Am I acting from fear, from confusion, from a frantic desire to be seen or chosen? Or am I fully here, aware, grounded, free? As we move forward, as a society, as leaders, as creators of meaning, we need to build cultures that prioritize not just freedom, but embodied freedom. The kind of freedom that begins in the body, the kind that says you are your own breath, you are your own heartbeat, you are your own yes, and you are your own no. And if you're in a position of influence, you need to recognize when someone is handing you more than just their attention. They may be handing you their nervous systems. They may be giving you access to their body without even realizing it. And if you take advantage of that, you are not leading, you are violating. Even if they say yes, even if they begged for your guidance. That's why we must rethink leadership, rethink fandom, rethink influence, because in a world where people are desperate for meaning, the moment someone shows confidence, vision, charisma, people will begin to idolize them. It's not always about manipulation. Sometimes it's about need. That doesn't make leadership bad, but it does make it heavy. It makes it sacred. And any leader who fails to recognize that, who ignores the physiological, emotional vulnerabilities of their followers, is not just irresponsible. They are dangerous. So no, cults aren't going anywhere. But baby, that's not the problem. The problem is unconsciousness. The problem is the lack of consent, real, embodied, informed consent. The kind that protects both the follower and the leader. Because leadership is not just about having the answers. It's about protecting the questioner. It's about standing at the edge of people's devotion and saying, go home. Don't worship me. Learn to listen to your own body. Learn to follow your own soul. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you something I lived. Before my 26th birthday, I walked away on my own free will from all the power in the world. And I've dedicated my remaining time to telling people about the wickedness that takes place in Thomas Kip McKean's cults. I've used the tactic of cult leaders to destroy cults and lead their followers to better leaders. And yes, sometimes that means me.